For those experiencing androgenetic alopecia and those using Cialis, it might be worth exploring how the two are connected and if there's any relationship between them. Tadalafil or Cialis is a phosphodiesterase type 5 inhibitor and it's used to treat erectile dysfunction. It's been speculated that since Cialis or Tadalafil is a vasodilator and improves blood flow, it may actually help hair loss by causing improved hair growth through enhanced blood flow to the scalp. However, it doesn't target the underlying biological pathways responsible for hair follicle growth or regeneration. While blood flow is essential for delivering nutrients to the hair follicle, it's not sufficient on its own to reverse hair loss caused by androgenetic alopecia. Although minoxidil and Cialis are both vasodilators, it's not commonly believed anymore by researchers that minoxidil's hair growth effects are solely attributed to its potential to improve blood flow to the scalp, as it's the only vasodilatory drug that causes hypotrichosis, which is excessive hair growth on your body, by the way. Minoxidil uniquely activates the WNT beta-carotene pathway, whereas Cialis or Viagra and other potent vasodilators do not. So, in simpler terms, hypertrichosis refers to excessive hair growth across the body, and minoxidil is the only vasodilator known to cause this side effect, particularly in higher oral doses. So it's believed that due to its effect on the Wnt-B-catenin pathway, this is why minoxidil causes hair growth. In contrast, Cialis is not known for causing hypertrichosis, despite being a potent vasodilator, indicating its mechanism of action doesn't overlap with minoxidil's hair growth pathways. Also, Tadalafil is a substance that increases intracellular cyclic adenomonophosphate concentrations, which is known as CAMP. This may have direct and indirect effects on androgen-mediated gene transcription. So how does CAMP interact with the androgen receptor? CAMP activates a protein called PKA or protein kinase A, which can add a phosphate group to androgen receptors at certain spots, and this modification might activate the androgen receptor even without androgens binding to them, which is known as ligand-independent activation. PKA also affects a protein called CREB, which binds to DNA and helps recruit coactivators to boost AR gene activating ability. So that's why in bodybuilding communities, Cialis is known as a promoter of co-activators for the androgen receptor, and it's been taken as a performance-enhancing drug. So clearly there's a link to hair loss because obviously it has indirect and direct effects on the androgen receptor. But how significant is it? Well, there's limited research showing its extent of androgen receptor activation. It's more just of a theoretical link. And there's no research on what kind of effects this independent activation actually has on the hair follicle. Cialis also has a relatively short half-life of around 24 hours, so a transient increase in androgen receptor activation may not lead to significant changes. Ultimately, its effect on androgenetic alopecia is likely to be mild, if not negligible. As far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any significant association between PDE5 inhibitors and androgenetic alopecia. There's actually novel studies on another PDE5 inhibitor called Sildenafil actually helping hair loss. If there was a negative effect, how can I minimize it? Well, Tadalafil may upregulate androgen receptors in the muscle tissue, so taking it before a workout could have a more targeted AR upregulation and activation in muscle tissues. So it's possible that AR activation may be selective to muscle tissues if taken before resistance training. However, that's completely speculation by me. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in a consultation, follow the link in the description, and to read the full version of the blog post, there's also a link in the description.